Ryszard Tsiba, or the murderer of Marek Rosiak, a law and justice activist from Łódź, is no longer in prison. The man who was sentenced to life imprisonment has left the penitentiary due to a suspension of executive proceedings. Life imprisonment, as the name suggests, should last for the rest of the convict's life. However, this has not happened in the case of Ryszard Tsiba, the man who murdered law and justice activist Marek Rosiak in cold blood in 2010. And this TV channel has learned the murderer, who was sentenced to life imprisonment, has been released from prison and paid more than 6,500 zloty from his deposit. On the 18th of March 2025, he was released from the Czarny penitentiary for the following reason: suspension of executive proceedings. The man, because of homelessness from the penitentiary, was placed in a nursing home. Mr. Ryszard Tsiba did not stay out of control for even one moment. This is very interesting, because as TV Republica found out, the very next day, Ryszard Tsiba assaulted another man living in this facility. The Polish Ministry of Justice today claims it was a homeless shelter. According to our informants, the police were initially reluctant to intervene. Eventually, the man was taken to a mental health ward in a hospital in Częstochowa. The court wrote clearly it is about care and nursing because Mr. Tsiba was unable to perform basic activities for himself. The court explained its decision to release the murderer on humanitarian grounds. On the 11th of March 2025, Mr. Tsiba was not released, but formal release orders were issued so that he could leave the prison and was transported to a nursing home with jurisdiction over his place of residence. From there, in view of the exacerbation of his condition, he was transported to a psychiatric hospital. The Justice Department has repeatedly stressed that Ryszard Tsiba is in a deplorable condition. If we have an unequivocal opinion from experts that this person without medical assistance is in a life-threatening condition, that this person has no consciousness of serving his sentence, he is incapable of serving his sentence, and he is not promising improvement, that means that he should be put under treatment. There is a certain inconsistency here. On the one hand, the words and opinion of experts about the necessary help for the murderer, and on the other hand, the certificate of release from prison, which our editorial board has seen. It reads, "During the stay, he was in a stable condition and did not require emergency interventions, discharged in general good condition." The verdict that normalized hurling insults at Polish President Andrzej Duda. Now, in the case of Ryszard Tsiba, the prosecutor's office, led by Adam Bodnar, has not filed a complaint. It is shocking that the court decided to move Ryszard Tsiba to a nursing home rather than to a hospital in the first place. According to lawyers, this decision is part of a series of controversial actions in recent months, which makes it possible to ask whether this is not a political power play. Aren't we dealing with a further deliberate element of destabilization of the judiciary, which is not just this issue of oversight, but a deliberate action, not really hitting the opposition parties, and parliamentarism? The release from prison of the only man in the history of the Third Republic of Poland convicted of political murder, and this while still in the midst of an election campaign, carries disturbing connotations. Let's hope it's not encouragement to other hate-sick people.